This morning, Statistics Canada confirmed what I've heard from thousands of Canadians in every corner of this country. I've heard it from young Canadians who can't find work. I've heard it from working people who can't get a raise, but whose debts are piling up. From families who face the painful choice between saving for their kids' education or for their own retirement. Canadians are working harder and longer than ever, but our economy is not working for them. This is what's happening in 10 years under Stephen Harper. The economy might look fine from 24 Sussex Drive, but for millions of Canadians, it's been stuck in neutral for a long time. And now, it's going backward. In the face of all this, Stephen Harper is asking Canadians to stay the course. He wants us to believe his plan to do nothing is the best we can do. Well, I don't buy it. And I don't think Canadians do either. We can do better. You need change, real change. Mulcair won't deliver it because he's adopted Harper's budget. Mulcair is towing the Harper line that he will immediately balance the budget no matter what. But he won't say how. Instead, he keeps making promises that he knows he'll have to break. Instead of investing in the middle class and in jobs, Mulcair will keep giving government checks to millionaires. And he refuses to raise the taxes on the wealthiest 1% so the middle class can get a break. And he makes promises in one language while saying the opposite in another. Maybe it's because he doesn't have a plan. Well, that's not change. That's just more of the same. Those two men are offering the same thing. This election is a choice between jobs, investment, and growth, and cuts, and more cuts.
I wonder if the economic news had been different today, no one would expect you to back away from your infrastructure spending plan or say that you wouldn't run deficits. So I'd like to understand, to what degree does it matter to your plan that there's a recession or not?
Our plan has been built based on the conversations that I've had with Canadians over the past months, over the past years. Stephen Harper's approach has not worked to grow the economy, to create the kinds of jobs and opportunities that Canadians need. And that's why we put forward a plan that invests in Canada, invests in growth. The news that is consuming Ottawa today is old hat to Canadians across the country. They know Stephen Harper's approach is failing them. It's about time we had a government that chose to do things differently. And that's exactly what the Liberal Party will do.
News yesterday that 2 more provinces are going to find themselves in deficit spending. I wonder, at some point, do you think Canadians are just going to have had too much of the idea that various levels of government are spending in deficit?
One of the things that Canadians need is for different levels of government to actually work together. The challenges people are facing go beyond provincial or federal areas of jurisdiction and require leadership from Ottawa that actually sits down, meets with provincial premiers and talks about jobs, about climate change, about healthcare, about provincial trade barriers, about the kinds of things that Canadians need to address to make a real difference in their lives. That's exactly what the Liberal Party is focused on.